Hi BookTube, it's Gina. Happy Thursday. I'm gonna do a tag today. I know it's not Tuesday. I missed doing this tag on Tuesday, but it's a good tag. I really wanted to do it. It was created by Marilyn Maya Mendoza, and it is the Phenomenal Woman book tag. And it's an original tag. She created it and she tagged me, and it's just a wonderful tag. And Marilyn Maya Mendoza has a wonderful booktube channel. If you have not checked it out, you should definitely do so. I'll try and link the video where she talks about this tag down below. Maya Angelou was a very important person in her life, and so she created the Phenomenal Woman book tag along with a readathon that she's doing this month to honor Maya Angelou, to honor all the phenomenal women, phenomenal authors in her life. And so I just really wanted to do the tag. So it's only got 4 prompts, and I'm going to kind of talk about the first 2 together. Prompt number 1 is, who is your favorite phenomenal woman author? And prompt number 2 is, what book features your favorite phenomenal woman character? And so I'm going to kind of talk about those 2 things at the same time because they're all kind of intertwined. And you won't be surprised by some of the books that I talk about today. Prompt number 3 is, if you were creating a book prize, which book by a phenomenal woman author would you choose? And that's going to be a tough one for me because most of the women writers that I read now are old and dead. So I'm going to have to give that one some thought. And then prompt number 4 is to just tag some people, which I always forget to do. So I'm actually going to do first. I'm going to tag Read Becca, who is I'll of course link everybody down below, who is Becca is a channel that I really love. I'm gonna tag The Bookish Knitter. I'm not sure if Sarah's really gonna be doing any tags right now. She's in the hospital preparing for a heart transplant, but she's still making videos. That is pretty phenomenal. I'm going to tag My Little Cozy Library, which is a great booktube channel name. Now, this channel does not have any actual videos. I'm not sure if she removed them or hasn't created any, but she's been commenting on my channel recently, and I would love to see her make a video. So maybe this will inspire you. And Jenny Parks, Jenny is a brand new booktuber. She's only made, I think, 1 or 2 videos. But when I was starting my channel, getting tagged was a really good inspiration for me to make videos, have something to talk about, give me some ideas. So I'm gonna tag Jenny on the off chance that maybe she will do this tag or it will inspire her to talk about some of her favorite books. All right, so prompt number 1 and 2, favorite phenomenal woman author and favorite character. So I'm gonna just talk about a few things here because you guys know I love my Rosamunde Pilcher. She is just, right now, she's really my favorite author. She has been for a while. I love her characters. I love her setting. She creates such wonderful settings and descriptions of settings. And in this book, Winter Solstice, one of my favorite female characters is Elfrida Phipps, who is an old lady. You guys know I love my old lady characters. And, well, let me just read you a little passage. As a young woman and actress, she had traveled the length and breadth of Britain with touring companies without ever knowing what awaited her at the end of her journey. Her memories of those days were a blur of provincial towns, musty theaters, and theatrical lodgings that smelt of boiled cabbage. But she had been young, doing a job she loved, and been very happy. Each rattling train journey was a challenge, each grimy theater a new discovery. A little of that old excitement warmed her now, and she had to remind herself that she was no longer that young and ardent girl, but an elderly lady of 62. At least I am not lonely, not bored, nor dead. And I love Elfrida. I'm not sure that I consider 62 all that elderly anymore as I rapidly approach that age myself, but she is just a wonderful, phenomenal woman. I love this book. I love the character. Now, for the next one, I'm actually going to, well, let's just talk about another one of my current favorite authors, and that is Sarah Waters. This is The Paying Guests. She's only got 6 books out, and I'm hoping she's working on another one. I've got her collection. I actually only own 5 of them. I'm missing Affinity, which is surprising because I think that's probably my favorite of her books. And what I love about Sarah Waters is her books are all very different. She does have, I would say, a style, but she's got a gothic ghost story, a character-driven sort of thriller, a historical fiction in the Night Watch, one of those plotty, not the Night Watch, another one of her books, a plotty, twisty book. I just love her. She's not cozy. She's not a cozy writer, but she is phenomenal. Absolutely love her. And I also thought I'd be a little bit different and talk about May Sarton, who I haven't read many of her books recently. I own a bunch of them. Well, you can't see them. They're up on the shelf above here. And I'm going to call her one of my favorite characters in this book, Plant Dreaming Deep. Even though the character is herself, this is a memoir of her buying her first home. Sorry for the glare on this. It's a little bit difficult to see. But it's a memoir of her buying her first home by herself. And her style is nothing like Rosamunde Pilcher, but she also does focus a lot on the details and the descriptions of the home. And this passage I'm going to read with you is her. She's searching for her home that she buys in Nelson, which is a small town. Oh, I just found this, my little coaster that I had lost. I had tucked it into this book. Interesting. So this is her trying to find her house, and she's been house shopping all day and is in a bad mood and a little discouraged. And Mr. Rundlet, who she's with, says, "This is Nelson. I saw a tall white church and a tall white spire, a cluster of houses, an abandoned brick schoolhouse beside a clapboarded town hall, a tiny memorial library, and that was all. So silent, so serene. It felt as if we had pushed a magic door open into the 19th century. There was not a soul to be seen. Beyond the church, we turned in under a stand of old maples, and there, a little back from the road, behind its semicircular drive, withdrawn from the village itself, stood the house. Still under the spell of so much light, after so much darkness, I drank the sight in. First, the pleated green fan over the white door, then the door itself, ample and welcoming." And it goes on, but isn't that just a wonderful description of a house? I have to admit, I have a bit of a house passion. I love making a cozy house. I love the idea of being home and what that means. And so this book about buying your first home, which she does by herself, is just fantastic. She was an inspiration to me as an independent woman. I'm very independent. I am a married woman, which she was not. She was a lesbian. And I think, I don't know that much about her life, which is actually interesting. I should read a biography, which I'm sure I own. But I think she was not always a very nice person. I think she struggled with relationships. But when she talks about her house, it's fantastic. So anyway, that is it. Oh, you know what? I should talk about, if you were creating a book prize, which book by a phenomenal woman author would you choose? And that is a tough one, since all of my favorite women authors are pretty much dead at this point. Well, except for Sarah Waters, who's very much alive. So I guess I would have to pick a Sarah Waters, and I'm actually going to go with Affinity, since it's my favorite of her books. And I'm going to keep searching for more phenomenal women as I go through life, because it's just a ton of fun. All right, so that is it for this video. I will talk to you later. Bye.